The cobbles are done and it's time to move on to the paved roads for the Ardennes Classics. While some of the stars of the pavé will pay a brief visit, it's a different bunch that will be fighting it out for glory in the Ardennes. Beginning with Amstel Gold and moving on to Fleche Wallonne, the week culminates in the oldest race of them all, Liege-Bastogne-Liege. As many as 4 former champions are expected to turn up for Liège, Hero Cycling uses 10 riders to watch for the Ardennes Classics. Alejandro Valverde dominated the Ardennes week last season, taking out victory at Fleche Wallonne and Liege-Bastogne-Liege, as well as second at Amstel. In the past 3 years, Valverde's had an almost spotless record at the Ardennes, with 8 podiums out of a possible 9. 4 of those podiums have been victories, with 2 apiece at Fleche and Liège. Valverde was set to ride in Flanders recently, but instead opted for a training camp as he looks to make his debut at the Giro d'Italia, meaning he should be fresh and ready to perform at the Ardennes. Michal Kwiatkowski will be Team Sky's hope for the Ardennes alongside the Colombian Sergio Henao. Unlike many of his Ardennes rivals, Kwiatkowski has taken on a few of the cobble classics in his build-up. It proved to be a good choice as he stormed to victory at E3 Houwerbeeke, his first in Team Sky colours, and put in a strong showing at the Tour of Flanders. Kwiatkowski comes into the Ardennes week as a defending champion at Amstel Gold. He's shown he can be in contention in all 3 races, and it should be business as usual this week. Recent seasons have been cruel to Dan Martin, with crashes at the last 2 editions of Liege-Bastogne-Liege. None was crueler than 2014, where he hit the deck in the final corner as he looked to be riding for victory. With a new team behind him, Martin will be hoping for a bit of better luck. Martin will skip Amstel Gold and kick his campaign off at Fleche Wallonne. He's had a good start to the season with victories in Valencia and Catalonia, but his recent abandon at País Vasco is a small setback. Michael Matthews enjoyed a strong showing at last year's Ardennes, with a podium place at Amstel Gold. He'll be hoping for more this time as he looks to put the disappointment of Milan-San Remo behind him. Matthews has been going great guns so far this season, with an impressive showing at Paris-Nice last month, and he appeared set to equal or better his third from last year's San Remo. Victory at La Rioja showed that he's not lost form since his fall, but the field at Amstel will be much stronger. Julian Alaphilippe was a revelation of last year's Ardennes Classics. The young Frenchman caught the attention of a nation with his second places at both Fleche Wallonne and Liege-Bastogne-Liege. Alaphilippe's build-up has not been how he would have wanted it, after being forced to end his 2015 season early due to mononucleosis. He's had 14 race days so far this season, but he's yet to complete a race. However, he managed to make it to the final stage of the Volta a Catalonia last month before calling it quits. Romain Bardet has been making steps forward at the Ardennes, finishing a career best 6th at last year's Liege-Bastogne-Liege. Bardet has had a much better run towards the Ardennes, finishing 2nd at the Tour of Oman and 6th at the Volta a Catalonia. The Frenchman is going to pack in the racing as he did in 2015, with the Giro del Trentino before he heads to Belgium for Liège. We can expect an aggressive approach from Bardet as ever, and is a serious threat for the podium. Orica-GreenEdge will have plenty of options at the Ardennes, with Simon Gerrans another potential contender alongside Michael Matthews. A champion at Liege-Bastogne-Liege in 2014, Gerrans had a tough time of it last year. After not long returning from a broken elbow, he struggled at Amstel and crashed out of Liège. This year has been considerably better for the 35-year-old, with overall victory at the Tour Down Under. His return to Europe has been consistent, with some top 5 finishes at País Vasco and Catalonia, showing that he's coming to form again. Joaquim Rodriguez has been one of the most consistent riders at the Classics during his career, with 6 podium finishes over all 3 races. While he's tasted success at Fleche Wallonne, he's yet to convert his 3 podiums at Liege-Bastogne-Liege into a victory. With Rodriguez considering retirement at the end of the season, this could be his final chance to take a win at La Doyenne. After a steady start to the year, he looked like he was coming into form at the Vuelta a País Vasco, with 5th overall. Tom Dumoulin will be one of 2 leaders for Giant-Alpecin at the Ardennes, along with Frenchman Warren Barguil. Dumoulin will be the team's best bet for Amstel, while Barguil is better suited to the punchy finish of Fleche. Dumoulin has been the team's source of hope in the early part of the season, after they were decimated by a training crash in January. His form is unknown after abandoning Catalonia late last month due to illness, but with the Giro d'Italia just around the corner, he'd be looking to lay some strong foundations. After the disappointment on the cobbles, BMC will be looking to Philippe Gilbert to get them back on track. The Belgian's preparations have been far from ideal after getting involved in an altercation during training. The result for Gilbert was a broken finger that forced him to pull out of Brabantse Pijl. It's been a difficult year in general for Gilbert, with illness keeping him from Paris-Nice and Milan-San Remo. Despite this, he's one of only 2 riders to win all 3 Ardennes Classics, and it would be foolish to count him out.